In the heart of Africa, a tale unfolds of ambition and anomaly, where the tides of leadership sculpt Uganda's identity through perplexing pathways of power and resilience. This historical narrative captures the enigmatic voyage of a nation's emergence from tumult to tomorrow. In 1971, Uganda found itself on the precipice of a political upheaval when then-Army Commander Idi Amin orchestrated a coup to oust Prime Minister Milton Obote. The coup, swift and unexpected, was met with a mixed reaction both locally and internationally. This marked the beginning of a political regime that would soon dominate Uganda's story with dark chapters of excess and eccentricity. As Idi Amin declared himself president, he promised changes that resonated with nationalist ideals, gaining initial popular support. His charismatic yet intimidating presence seemed like a resurgence of hope for the people desiring autonomy from external influences. His proclamations of reform tapped into national pride, momentarily overshadowing the means of his ascension to power. However, optimism soon began to wane as Amin's regime escalated into an authoritarian rule characterized by repression. Political adversaries and perceived threats were swiftly silenced, fear disappearing into the night and never returning. The machinery of the state flexed its might in ensuring control, casting a shadow over freedom and democracy. Many Ugandans remember Amin's 1972 decree expelling Asians from Uganda, affecting thousands of families who had been pivotal in the country's economic landscape. This drastic and sudden order dismantled industries overnight and led to severe economic repercussions. The decision, justified as a nationalist move, left chaos and a shaken nation in its wake. Amin's rule was further characterized by lavish spending on himself and the military, while the rest of the nation faced poverty and resource shortages. Amin indulged in an opulent lifestyle, reportedly owning fleets of custom cars and presiding over parties of grandeur. Meanwhile, the developmental sector stagnated, fostering a discrepancy between public life and the ruling elite. Despite the looming despotism, several international dignitaries still visited Uganda, often charmed or intimidated by Amin's overbearing persona. Behind the curtain of headlines lay diplomatic games, as both sides sought advantageous symbolism from engagements. Official meetings at luxurious venues often masked complex negotiations and subtle manipulations. As the 1970s progressed, stories of bizarre and erratic behavior from Amin became legendary. Tales of mock trials, unpredictable decrees, and public displays of eccentricity, such as styling himself conqueror of the British Empire, reached far beyond Uganda's borders. These acts amplified international criticism and gradually isolated the regime. In neighboring countries, political alliances shifted dramatically, fueling regional tensions. Uganda's aggressive stances and military ambitions often erupted into conflict, igniting skirmishes that added to the internal chaos. The regional reputation of Amin's Uganda teetered dangerously on the edge of total discord and instability. The fateful clash with Tanzania in 1978 to 79 signaled the waning phase of Amin's regime. Uganda's failed invasion of Tanzanian territory was met with a decisive counterattack. The Tanzanian forces, bolstered by Ugandan exiles disillusioned with Amin's leadership, began to move towards a climax that had the echoes of change. In early 1979, the combined Tanzanian and Ugandan liberation forces captured Kampala, marking the demise of Amin's rule. As celebratory gunfire mixed with the sounds of cheers and joy in the streets, Amin fled into exile. The fall of his regime symbolized a significant turning point, filled with hope for reconstruction amidst the ruins of tyranny. Post-Amin Uganda faced monumental challenges, rebuilding the economy, restoring social order, and reckoning with past atrocities. With Amin in exile and insurgents plotting, the country's new leadership needed to navigate through political divisions and international skepticism. Yet across the savannah, there was a growing sense of unity and determination to heal and prosper. Not long after his ouster, Amin's notorious legacy began intertwining with folklore, where fact and fiction blurred. The decades that followed saw him as a specter in Uganda's history, a symbol of both warning and astonishment. As new leaders emerged, his regime's scars lingered, echoing along Uganda's path towards redefining its governance and societal fabric. As Uganda's economy began to recover in the 1980s, the nation focused on addressing regional instability and foreign relations. The presence of refugees from neighboring conflicts further challenged an already strained infrastructure. Amid these crises, Ugandan citizens continued to work towards establishing stronger economic and educational foundations, prioritizing unity over division. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Uganda had cemented a path of revitalization, significantly reducing poverty and becoming a model for public health initiatives. Success stories in combating disease and reducing child mortality became beacons of progress. Despite lingering challenges, the decades marked a growth, showcasing Uganda's resilience and adaptability. Into the new millennium, Uganda's continued emphasis on development highlighted its resolve even amidst political tribulations and economic strains. Nation-focused policies took priority, bolstering domestic industries and fostering innovative ideas among youth. This era further stamped Uganda's resilience on the world stage, challenging others to redefine their understanding of the nation's potential. Today, Uganda stands at the crossroads of history and future aspiration, recontextualizing its past as a foundation for cultural and national identity. With a rich tapestry interwoven by resilience and recollection, its people are shaping Uganda into a land where past lessons provide wisdom for a brighter tomorrow. The tales of yesteryears offer not just caution, but also inspiration for generations to come.